Welcome back to 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. This is Stan Walters, your host, and we're ready for Tip 21. Tip number 21 of our 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. How do you like to go to restaurants that have a 24-page menu? Creates kind of a problem, doesn't it, when you're trying to decide of all those entrees and appetizers, the choice to make? Well, we understand in human decision making, you can actually give people too many choices. The same exact thing happens in an interrogation or an interview. An investigator comes in and we've got maybe a barrel of evidence, got a lot of good evidence on the subject. We want to dump all of it on the subject at one time, just almost kind of smother them with everything. Giving that sense of futility, there's no sense of resisting, look at everything we have. And all the subject has to do is say, I got nothing. No to everything. We've loaded the subject up with too many choices. When you give people too many choices, three things happen. Number one, it slows down their ability to make a decision. Number two, they become frustrated because there's too many choices to make. And number three, the most important thing is they'll reject everything. So think of your case, no matter how many pieces that you have, present it to the subject one piece at a time. Kind of thing like if you're working on a computer and you're only opening a window at a time, and each window has a piece of information in it. You know how the windows stack. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth back up each other. If you give a subject too many choices and leave things unresolved, you overload the thinking process, you slow down decision making, and your subject's frustrated. So what we do, start with the information that's probably the easiest to get by with. The one that's going to be the easiest to get compliance or cooperation with. Bring that issue up, deal with it, talk it out, clear it, resolve it, then move to the next piece. Do the same thing again. Now, it's going to seem like it takes forever, but you find the slower you go, the faster the progress and more successful progress you'll have. Because what's happening, you're building first a sense of momentum or consistency with your subject's decision making. And you move forward. So, for example, let's say you have 8 good pieces of information on the case. You may not get all 8. But if you dump all 8 at one time, you may not get any of them. But if you deal with them one at a time, you may get 6 out of 8, which is better than being goose-egged and getting nothing at all. So look at the evidence, look at your case, and remember, go back and look at another series we had, SUE, S-U-E, strategic use of evidence. When you bring that information up, it's after you do the narration. Tell me what happened, tell me your version, tell me your alibi, whatever the case may be. Then as they bring it out, then bring in each contradictory piece one at a time. You have greater success, less work on your subject, and you move forward much quicker. Thanks for joining us in this series. Hope you've signed up for the whole series so you can get to the rest of the 101 tips. Please be sure to connect with me at Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I'd like to connect with you and keep you advised of all the resources that I'm trying to develop for professional interviewers. And if you will, please share this link with somebody else. I want to get as many people involved and get in this free resource. I'd like to get that information in the hands of interviewers to make them all as successful as we all want to be. Good to see you again. Please be safe. Come back again and we'll look at tip number 22.